Miss Daphne Bridgerton.
When Bridgerton dropped its first season on Netflix in December 2020, we all quickly fell in love with the stunning scenes, the beautiful clothes, the family, and, of course, with the Duke. So, when Netflix renewed it soon after, we were very excited. And then, when they renewed it all the way up to season 4, we were overjoyed. Because, as fans of the books will tell you, the best might be yet to come. So, what will future seasons hold? What do we know about the characters and the stories? This is what to expect from Bridgerton Season 3. Warning, major spoilers ahead for all seasons of Bridgerton. Before we get started, please hit that like button if you enjoy the video, subscribe to our channel, and if you turn on the notifications, then you will never miss a thing. When will we see it? We have no idea. We don't even have a release date yet for Season 2. We are going to have to be patient with this series. It takes time to create the stunning sets, intricate clothes, and all the other details that make Bridgerton really great. So my best guess is that Season 3 will be out around the end of 2022 or the start of 2023. But before then, we will get to still see Anthony and Kate's story play out in Season 2. What will Season 3 be about? Season 1 followed the book The Duke and I, the first book in Julia Quinn's Bridgerton series. Season 1 was all about Daphne and Simon. It was stunning, and it made us fall in love with the entire Bridgerton clan. And that is great news, since each season will probably be following a different book and a different sibling. Season 2 is set to follow the story of Anthony and Kate and how their loathing for each other turns to passion that eventually turns to love. It is set to be a great season, but Season 3 will turn to the second of the Bridgerton sons, Benedict. It will follow the third book in the series, An Offer from a Gentleman, and it will see the free-spirited Benedict find true love. It is one of the most romantic books in the series, and it is going to make for an incredible season. It is a Cinderella-type story. This one has all the makings of a Regency fairy tale. The wonderful prince, who is really more of a lord, meets the beautiful servant at a ball that she has no right to attend. There is even a lost glove instead of a glass slipper, and of course, the wicked stepmother who wants nothing but to destroy the girl's happiness. It will have two stepsisters, but one of them is far from wicked, and it will surely have a happy ending. And of course, a lot of steamy scenes in between. It is Bridgerton after all. The ball. When Violet Bridgerton holds the last ball in the Bridgerton house before giving over the reins to Kate, she makes sure that it is spectacular. And what is more spectacular than a masquerade ball? But of course, when everyone is masked, it is easy for the illegitimate daughter of an earl to slip in unnoticed. She draws Benedict's attention. Throughout the night, they fall in love. The only problem is that Sophie knows that it can never be. So when it comes time to unmask, she runs away, leaving only her glove behind as a clue. Benedict follows the clue, and it leads him to her house. But instead of finding her, it only results in her needing to get out of the home and find her own way until 2 years later, when their paths will cross again. Benedict. We already know Benedict as a sort of a dreamer who doesn't care about anyone's title or station and prefers to judge people for who they are. So it's not surprising that he saves a servant in someone's home from the son of the house. He cares about people, and he isn't a terrible person, so he helps her. But he doesn't realize that she is the same girl he has been pinning for years. And since she doesn't want him to know, she doesn't tell him. Benedict is a character that thinks he can do whatever he pleases, and mostly he is right. He has freedom as a man, and the second son that many others in society could never hope for. As Eloise said, he just needs to reach for the stars, and he can get them. But others aren't as lucky. So it is easy for him to see ways for him to be with Sophie, but he doesn't always stop to think of things from her perspective. Sophie. As the illegitimate child of an earl and a lady's maid, Sophie knows that she can never be with Benedict, no matter how much she loves him. She is a strong character who fights for what she believes, and she would never put any children they could have in the same position that she was. And since marriage is out of the question, there is just no way for them to get together. And yet, she can't seem to keep out of Benedict's way. They are drawn to each other, and despite her best intentions, she can't keep her distance. An entire night alone. After he saves her, Sophie once again has no home and no job. So Benedict takes her with him to go to his mother. But along the way, they stop at his house to spend the night and end up being all alone there. Very improper. He burns, but sadly not for her, like the Duke did for Daphne, but from fever, so she ends up helping him. But don't worry, there will be some great moments between them. This won't be the last time that they are alone by a long shot. There is the time that Sophie spies on him while he is bathing in the pond, and of course, he catches her spying. Or the time that they are alone at his home, or even the time where Benedict orders a bath for two. Benedict gets her a job in his mother's household. As a lady's maid in Violet's household, Benedict doesn't just ensure that Sophie remains close to him, but it also makes for a great story. She is in the house, and she spends a lot of time with his mom and his sisters. Violet is kind and would have treated any servant in her house fairly, but she is also sharp and knows her children, so she knows that Benedict cares more for Sophie than he wants to let on. And she is sharp enough to know that Sophie is not just the maid that she is making herself out to be. Sophie is smart, educated, and well-spoken, so there is just no way that she was just brought up as a maid as she claims. Violet. I think this will be the season that we will see more than ever before just how awesome Violet Bridgerton really is. She loves her children, and she doesn't really care who they end up with as long as they end up happy. And if she needs to be sneaky to help her children achieve their happiness, then she will do everything in her power to help them. She is an amazing and incredibly smart woman, and she is an even better mother, and no one will ever mess with those she loves and get away with it. We will see more men doing sports. In season 1, we had Simon practicing his boxing, and it became one of the most talked about moments in the entire season. In season 3, we might see the Bridgerton boys doing a sport of their own, fencing. Now, I don't quite know if this will be completely as sexy as the boxing scenes, but I guess we need to be happy with what we can get. I don't think it's entirely safe to practice fencing without shirts, so I don't think it will live up to season 1. But this is Bridgerton, and they have ways to make even the most innocent moments seem hot. So, you never know what they have in store for us. And we will see the moment Benedict realized that Sophie is his mass crush. Benedict can never understand how he can have such strong feelings for Sophie and even start to love her when he still longs for the lady in the mask. And Sophie never lets him in on the secret that she is in fact both of these women. That is until Benedict walks in on her playing with Hyacinth and some other children, and his mistake becomes painfully obvious. The sparks fly and everything is revealed, and it is going to be epic. We will go to jail this season. Bridgerton is known for its glamorous ballrooms and stunning scenes. But during season 3, we might get to see inside the less glamorous side of the 1800s, London, when Sophie is sent to jail. Will Benedict be on time to save her, or will she be sent to the colonies and lost forever? Since this isn't that type of story, I am sure you can guess the answer, but it will be fun to watch anyway. Penelope as Lady Whistledown. While viewers already know the identity of the mysterious gossip columnist Lady Whistledown, the rest of the characters do not. And since Penelope is Eloise's best friend and close to the rest of the family too, she is pretty much always around. So, what secrets will Lady Whistledown spill from inside the household? Will she protect them, or is her paper more important? Hopefully, she does mention Sophie at least a little. It is Sophie's greatest wish to be included in the column after all, and if she is ever lucky enough to become a Bridgerton, then it is only a matter of time. A happy ending. The Bridgerton books all have really happy endings, and an offer from a gentleman is no different. All might seem lost, but when family sticks together and helps each other out, there is nothing they can't achieve, especially if that family is as powerful as the Bridgertons. No one can stand in their way, not even a conniving countess who wants to get her stepdaughter out of the way. Season 3 will be filled with everything you expect of a season of Bridgerton. Love, passion, stunning scenes, and the beautiful people. It is going to be great, and I can't wait. Thanks for watching.